In this one, I thought I would feature my Parachromis multifasciatus, also known as the yellow jacket cichlid or the bumblebee cichlid. Now, the reason I've chose to just do a video on these is because on my channel, I get so many comments of love and admiration for this pair of fish. You guys, most of you guys, love this pair of fish. So I thought, you know what, let's do a video on this pair. And the other reason I want to do a video is because I have taken the Salvini out of this tank, so I can now get another spawn to grow some young out, because I'm getting asked a lot for the young from these fish. And I got a great picture from Rob. So Rob, if you're watching, thanks for the picture of some of the last batch, and it was quite big and it looked really nice, and sort of like inspired me again to grow some more out. The Salvini are still with me. I utilised one of those tanks. So the tanks that I had in the wipeout, the smallest one that had the Therichthys maculopinnis and other fish in there, that was empty. Basically, for some reason, 4 Colombian tetras survived. So I don't know how they survived. I did lose one of them because I had 5, but I just kept them in that tank, left it, got the water right. It was obviously a fair few weeks ago, and I've moved the Salvini into there, and they've grown quite well. So we'll do a video on them at some point as well. But these fish, honestly, the amount of love that you guys give them is unbelievable. And for anybody that hasn't watched the channel before and doesn't know what they are a Parachromis. So they are a Parachromis multifasciatus. They used to be called the Frederikstalli, also known as Freddies. There was a reclassification happened, and these were then reclassified as multifasciatus, and the lower celii was then reclassified as the Frederikstalli. Now, what always makes me laugh is I watch a lot of fish tube, honestly I do, and when I see videos of people calling these Freddies, and then I see other people challenging them in the comments to say they're not Freddies, it's quite funny. But do you know what you'll get is you will get your old school people calling these Freddies, because that's what they've called these for a very long time. It's the same with the Synspilum, which is now called the Melanari. So the scientific names can be quite confusing. I know I use them a lot. I like to research the fish and understand the true names, the Latin names, the common names. So yeah. Anyway, I'm waffling on. So, but yeah, I just thought I'd do a video on these. So it's been quite a while since they actually saw a spawn right through. So we have since they've been. So they was in with the Salvini from last summer. So a good few months, and they were having spawns. They've only had probably 3 spawns in that time as well, and they've never really got to free swimmers. So the Salvini are just, they're brutal, aren't they? They're just in there, and I think they're just taking the young at the first opportunity, and I don't think the Parachromis were strong enough to beat them off. So that's why I chose to take them out. And actually, at the same time, I want to see the Salvini prosper. So the tank came up, and it was, you know, it was an opportunity. So honestly, they're looking fantastic as well. But regarding these, I know, going back to what I said around, you know, you guys showing me a lot of love for this fish. Honestly, you do. Now, I get a lot of comments to say they're absolutely on fire, they're perfect. They're not perfect, so they are beautiful, but they're not perfect. So the male, as you can see in that shot then, his right pectoral fin is damaged. Now, he did that fighting with her, because it used to be okay, and I think it was only the second spawn they had. I noticed that was happening when they've been fighting, so that's never grown back. So he's had that probably about a year now. Both fish have got clamped ventral fins. Well, the female has got 2 clamped ventral fins. The male has got 1 clamped ventral fins and 1 normal fin. So they're far from perfect, but that makes them unique, doesn't it? So the great thing about them is, though, the young that I grew on, so it was a risk growing the young on, but at all points I was checking those ventral fins. Every fish that I grew up were perfect, so they did have really good ventral fins. So the great thing is that we've produced some really nice young from these, and I only grew on probably 30, if that. So I gave a couple of friends them. I kept 8, which then came down to 2. And sadly, I lost those 2 in the wipeout, which was gutting because they were getting to a decent size as well. But, you know, my inbox is chocker with people asking for these fish. Now, they are rare, you know, and I was talking to Alan at Wharf about these as well, you know, maybe breeding them and growing some out. And yeah, so anyway, I'm waffling on again. So we're gonna do that. We've given the tank to themselves. We're gonna get a spawn. We will get a spawn. They will spawn, but this time we'll get them to free swimmers and we'll grow some out. So for everyone that's asked me, you know, most people I can do it for, and I've told you that next time I'll do it. So yeah, this is going to happen. But it's going to be a good few months yet, so they've not even had them yet. So, you know, it'll probably take about 3 or 4 months after they've even had them to grow them out. So, but yeah, thank you so much for the love on this fish, guys. It does mean a lot. I always like reading the comments on these, and very special pair of fish for me as well. Anyway, guys, I just want to say a massive thank you for all your support that you give me. Honestly, it does mean a lot. You know, all the interactions, the subscriptions, everything. It means the world to me. Did a nice little easier video. We've been doing loads of shop tours, and we have got shop tours coming up, but I just wanted to do something a little bit easier, a little bit back to what the channel is mostly known for, and that's my fish in my fish room. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, I will see you all on the next one.